What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of the Bad Boy Racing Garage. So today we're going to be installing the bracket, the mechanical fuel pump bracket, which is made by SpeedFactory, and we're going to be installing the fuel pump. We're going to be putting all that onto the engine. Now, if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same clothes from the last video, it's because it's the same day. But I wanted to make two separate videos because I'm trying to shorten the videos. I don't want to make them too long and boring for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is, like I said, the bracket from SpeedFactory comes with instructions. I like following instructions, even though it's basic and common sense, but we're going to follow the instructions and see how we do it. All right, so here's all the parts. Here's the waterman swivel mount, which is what goes right here. This is what holds the fuel. You're going to see everything. Anyways, I'll go part by part. So here's the instructions that come with this. So step 1 says, replace the stock intake cam gear bolt with the supplied hex drive bolt, which is this, into your intake cam and torque to 41 foot-pounds. Now, I'm not going to torque it because I still have to take this engine apart like 10 times, but we're just going to install this to see how everything looks together. All right, so like the instructions say, we're going to take this intake cam gear bolt out and we're going to replace it with this hex drive bolt. By the way, I loosened this with the impact off camera because I wasn't trying to struggle. Like I said, guys, this engine is going to come apart again. So I just like seeing what I bought on the car because it's so much money. What? This is kind of heavier. Pretty nice. It looks like it's titanium material. Who knows? So this right here, hex drive, is what's going to drive the mechanical fuel pump. All right, so that's on. I'm just going to give it a quick hugga, whatever you want to call it. That's good for now. We're not going to turn on the engine. We don't even have an ECU. So, all right, now that we got step number 1 done, step number 2. Bolt the mounting flange that comes with your fuel pump. My fuel pump I bought used in really good condition, so it didn't come with the mounting flange, so I bought this from Import DPS. If you go to my unboxing video, it'll have the part number on there. Anyway, you know what, I'm just going to show you guys. 49434. So if you buy a 3/8 drive pump and it doesn't come with the mounting plate, this is the one you need. So the instructions say, bolt the mounting flange that comes with your fuel pump onto the front of the bracket with the 3 supplied quarter 1/4-20 stainless button head socket cap screws and washers, and torque to 6 foot-pounds. Okay. So those would be these right here, button heads and washers. 1, 2, 3. Now, since, like I said, my fuel pump didn't come with it and I bought this separately, it came with its own hardware. I'm looking at the hardware, and the bolts that are supplied for this mounting look to be shorter on the Waterman Racing. I'm just going to store those away in case I ever need it. I'm sure I could use them too, but I'm going to use what SpeedFactory supplied for their bracket. So now we're going to mount this onto this. I'm going to get some Loctite. I don't have a torque wrench that's small enough for this little stuff, but 6 foot-pounds just basically means a little bit more than hand tight. All right, so if you're wondering what kind of Allen or what size or millimeter, it's a 4 millimeter. I already went ahead and put a little bit of Loctite. I'm not the type that puts tons on here. You know what, let me do this by hand. All right, so I already went ahead and put a little bit of Loctite on here because I'm limited on resources. By the way, my freaking Loctite was like extremely dirty. And I hate when everything's dirty, but now this is clean again. Anyways, putting this one in. I never noticed that Loctite kind of smells funky. Putting this top one in. And then we're gonna put this one in here. Like I said, 4mm. Guys, everything in by hand. You do not need to be cranking this with an impact. With this is literally, I'm gonna tighten this and give it a quick little tug with a ratchet, and then that's it. Damn, I've never had an Allen that actually fits tight around the bolt. So, where's my ratchet? Don't mind this. This is like the one that I can never lose this one. All the nice ones that I have, I lose. But this one never seems to disappear. So give that a quick tug. Sorry. So you saw what I did. A quick little tug. You're not going to tighten it. I'm literally just enough tight. All right, so step 2 is done. Got these 3 bolts. The mounting plate for the pump is on. Now we're going to start with step number 3. Assemble the front and rear mounting arms to the bracket with the 4 M6 times 1.0 bolts. Only finger tight at this point. So we're going to take this bracket, put it on here. Where's the other one? This bracket, put it on here. You guys saw finger tight. Let me turn the camera around so because I won't be able to do this with one hand. So let me open this up. Careful not to scratch it. So this is the front part of it, which is what you're gonna see. And this goes on like this. So like they said, only hand tight. I always hand tighten everything. I don't ever go in there straight with a, by the way, I think this is a 5mm Allen by hand. I'm not cranking on this or nothing. This aluminum is very, very delicate. This is not something that you want to be, so what I'm going to do is go all the way till it stops and then back off a quarter turn. Till it stops, go back a quarter turn so that there's a little bit of play on it. I think they want it like that because not every cylinder head is the same. Every casting is different, so. And here's the back bracket to it. One of these is for a GSR, the other one is for a B16. In my case, I have a B16, so I don't know if I'll be using the square, or I think I'm going to be using both. It's just there's more play. Anyways, we'll see. Let me put this on. Put the other 2 bolts on here. This is such a cool... Guys, you guys have no idea how long I've been looking at this bracket. Hard work and determination is just so satisfying to finally get all the parts. After this, roll cage. I got the fuel system, so now I can plumb the fuel system. I want to get the roll cage next, and then when I get back from the roll cage, the reason why I don't want to put the ECU and everything on right now, stop, quarter turn back off, stop, quarter turn back off. So I got some play. But yeah, I don't want to put the ECU. I want to put the ECU on after the cage, because when you get the cage done, there is plenty of mounting points for wiring, mounting points for CO2, mounting points for fuse boxes, relays, everything. You don't, well, in my case, I didn't want to put all my wiring in and then take it to get the roll cage done and then turning out that everything is in the way. In the engine bay, there's going to be tubes too. So that's part attached to the cage. So yeah. Anyways, I got step number 3 done. Step number 4, bolt the assembly to your cylinder head finger tight. Clock the hex drive on the pump to line up with the drive bolt and slide the pump onto position. Sounds good to me. So in my case, I have an extra step because I already had the T1 trigger bracket. So I got to remove this. And in order to remove that, I need to remove my exhaust. So I'm going to do that right now. Now that my exhaust is removed, I can remove this little bracket. By the way, I got these from IPG. They're really nice 12-point ARP bolts. I need to find the stock ones, which I'm gonna use. Oh, it's only one. Okay, that's fine. First one out. Let me continue taking this off. So we got the bracket off. Now we can go back to step number 4, which was putting this bracket on there finger tight. I got these hand tight. I put them all the way till they stopped, and then I took a quarter turn off because it says they have to be, this has to be loose basically. So now we're gonna put this as the instructions say. So, oh yeah, it's gonna look nice. So put this one in, put the other one in, and then I found the bolt that goes in the back. So I guess for the B16, you use the big square. Well, no, it's not the big square. It's the small slot. So let me continue driving these in by hand. Everything by hand, guys. Everything by hand. Continue with this. Now the back one, that's tight. Now I have to get the fuel pump. I'm gonna put the fuel pump in here. Let me turn the hex so that we can find the right spot for it. This has to go inside the, there we go. There we go. So that's gonna be the final look. Let's see what step number 5 said. Once you have the pump in position, go ahead and final tighten the bracket to the cylinder head and the 4M6. Okay, this is the next step. We got to tighten these 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it says we got to tighten these first before we finish tightening the ones on the head. I basically hand tighten them first. So this isn't like, you're not gonna crank these either, guys. I always have this, so my motto, or whatever you want to call it, is I'd rather re-tighten something than over-tighten and strip something. That's just me. Everybody, you know, obviously I'm not saying leave something loose, but even lug nuts, it's better to re-tighten a lug nut than to over-tighten and snap one. So I've done this so many times, like tightening bolts in my lifetime, that I kind of know where to stop. Obviously, you should torque these. I don't even know if it says a torque number on there, but that's fine. Like I said, I got to take this apart anyways again. So that's kind of how it's looking so far. Now, what I'm gonna do is transfer this sensor. This is the T1. So that when you buy a T1 cam trigger setup, this is what it comes with. It comes with the cam gear, the bracket, and the sensor. I bought everything separate. So I now have to take this sensor and it's gonna go onto this little hole right here. So I'm gonna go get a wrench so I could take this off and put it on here. So I got the sensor out of the bracket. It's crazy because it's kind of like, boom. So yeah, we're gonna put this sensor back in here. So I'm gonna just look over here and make it flush because I don't know the clearance yet. So I'm just gonna make it flush so it doesn't touch anything and tighten it right there, and that's that. Boom. So we got the sensor in, we got the fuel pump in, we got the mounting brackets in, and now I have to get the swivel mount bolt. All right, so if you look right here, there's a spot. This is where this bolt is gonna focus. This is where this bolt. This basically tightens this clamp so that the fuel pump doesn't move up and down. So I'm just gonna put this in here. I'm just gonna leave it like right around there, and I'm not gonna tighten it right now because I still have to get my fittings for the fuel pump. And once I have everything finally assembled, then I can see the final position of this. But that's that, guys. So I basically did number 6. I put the Allen screw into the mounting flange, but since I'm not done with my fuel system, I don't want to tighten it. So if you need to perform any engine service that requires the removal of the mechanical fuel pump assembly, simply remove the bracket to the cylinder head bolts and remove the pump bracket assembly as a complete unit. This makes it simple to remount. Okay. And that was that, guys. Basically what step 6 is saying is that if I need to remove this bracket or the fuel pump setup at all I got to do is remove 1, 2, and 3. And I take off the whole bracket with the fuel pump off. So basically what they don't want you to do is keep taking these 4 Allens off, or keep taking these 3 mounting bolts off, or the fuel pump off. Just leave it on and that's it. So there it is, guys. Let me put the exhaust back on. Now I can finally say it's officially done. Got my exhaust back on. Just a simple V-band. And that's how it's looking, guys. I love it. So this bolt is just temporary. I'm gonna hit up IPG and buy another one of these so that I have the matching one for the back. Yeah, that's it, guys. Now I'm waiting for my pre-pump and after pump filters. I have the regulator right here, like you guys saw in the unboxing. So basically, once I get the filters in, I can start saving up some money for the fittings. And I just got to find the location for the... oh, hi, babe. I can find the location for the regulator. I'm still not sure. I was thinking about just stuffing it right here on top of the rail so I can eliminate another connection, but we'll see. So it's gonna be dash 12. All the feed and return is gonna be dash 12 up to the regulator. Then the final return hose from the regulator to the return port on the gas tank or fuel tank is a dash 10. I kind of wish I would have told them that was a dash 12 too, but it is what it is. We'll make it work. So that's how you install a SpeedFactory mechanical fuel pump bracket. Pretty easy. You guys saw 6 easy steps. Wow, this pollen out here, crazy. I need to get out of here. We got that on real quick. I don't even know how long the video is, but I shouldn't be more than 30 minutes, I think. Quick, simple, easy. I don't have to wire anything. I don't have to put any relays. And I have enough fuel to power a 1500 horsepower B-Series. Not that I'm ever going to make that kind of power, but I bought that so I don't ever have to worry about running out of fuel, guys. That concludes the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notification for the videos. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Pretty soon we'll be putting this together, so I'll be plumbing the feed, the return. We'll be putting the regulator on. Anyways, let me stop because then I'll never stop talking. Peace, guys.